Welcome to tonight's Mindshare. We are here gathered with every heart and every mind for the collective. Our guest tonight is the wonderful Kell. And Katie was born and raised in Houston, Texas, and like so many of us made a shift during the pandemic and moved to sunny San Diego. She has been reading tarot for 4 years, and through her own self-healing and discovery has learned how to channel the angels and light language to help others on their journey. She's a Reiki level 3 practitioner and incorporates her energy healing into her work. Her beautiful soul attracts only the best people, and her light can be seen from across the room. And it's our great honor to hold space with Katie at the Spectrum Retreats, and it is our great honor to host her here tonight on the Mindshare. And so, if you'll join me in welcoming Kell. Welcome, sister.
Wow, thank you so much for that introduction, Jesse. I felt it in my heart, and I love you so much, brother. You as well, Jason. It's so good to be on here and to be. You. Yeah, thank you. And it's so nice to be able to come on here and talk to y'all and shine this light that we all have. Has asked you to start your video. Oh, I guess my video hasn't been started yet. Wait. How do I do that?
Bottom.
Okay.
Yay. Hi, Katie.
Here I am. Hello, everyone. Thank you to everyone who is here right now. I'm so excited about this experience and to tell y'all about me, what I do. And we're going to do a guided meditation and get into some tarot readings for the full moon and the equinox. So super excited about all of this.
Yes.
We're so excited to have you and to feel this energy with you and to experience your work in its fullest. Would you be so kind to share us a little bit of your journey with tarot and with meditation and how it's helped you and how it's helped you discover your purpose?
Yes, of course. I would love to. My journey is a very interesting one. I was very sick, got very ill my junior year of high school. I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. I don't say I have Crohn's disease anymore. I don't think I ever had Crohn's disease. I don't think that we should be labeling these symptoms that our body is having ever, because that's not who we are. It's just a symptom that we're having. Anyways, the doctor said I had Crohn's, I had psoriasis, I was depressed, I was atheist. Like, this was one of the darkest times of my life. And I went 3 years being atheist, depressed, and ill. And during these 3 years, I was taking pharmaceuticals, antidepressants, and a shot called Humira that is supposed to be like an anti-inflammatory shot for your immune system or something. They use it for autoimmune disorders. And it was destroying me. Like, my body was so weak. My mind was so ill, so depressed. I kept saying, the reason why I was atheist was because I was like, God would never do this to someone. Like, that's fucked up. There's no God, you know? But really, I had created the scenario that I was in. Anyways, I was so lost my freshman year of college, but I was an art major. And I was taking an art history class, and the teacher was talking about Da Vinci. And Da Vinci has always been a hero in my eyes. I love his work. He's always interested me. So I was really paying attention during this art history class when we were going over Da Vinci. And she started talking about a symbol that he drew in all of his notebooks. He drew this symbol more than any other of his sketches or drawings. And it was the flower of life. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that symbol. Man, I have a necklace in my room. It's on my altar right now, and it has the flower of life. I want to grab it. But it's a sacred geometric symbol that all mathematical equations and all sacred geometric shapes, everything in life comes out of this symbol. So it's considered like a God symbol, right? And so in Da Vinci's notes, it said that the more you draw this symbol, the more you will understand the universe. And that caught my attention because I was lost. I was like, what the hell am I doing with my life? What is going on? So I started drawing the symbol. Didn't know what it was going to, like, I didn't really have any expectations. I was just drawing because it was the only thing that would keep me like somewhat sane at this point in time. So I started drawing the symbol, and I drew it every day. And the first couple of days I cheated because it's a really hard symbol to draw. I will go get it at some point so I can show y'all. And finally, and this is, I kid you not, I'm super into numbers now. On the 7th day that I drew it, I went to bed that night and I had the most insane lucid dream. And in the lucid dream, I'm in a field and I'm like, whoa, I'm dreaming, but I'm so aware of it. Like, what is this reality? And then all of a sudden, a being, a bright, bluish, glowing being comes down from the sky. And I'm like, oh my God, this is an angel. And the being it was a masculine being. He didn't introduce himself in any way, shape, or form. All he said was, Katie, wake up.
Wow.
Stop taking, yeah, it was powerful. He said, stop taking your medications and start taking care of yourself the way you're supposed to. And that's all he said. And then I woke up and I ran into my roommate's room, because at the time, like, I was so depressed and so angry with my life that I used to yell at my roommates and tell them they were stupid for believing in a God, because they were Christian. And we used to get in fights over it. And I just remember waking up and feeling like such a fool forever, like just feeling so sorry for acting that way. So I ran into my roommate's room and I was like, I jumped on her bed, woke her up. I'm like, I'm so sorry for what I said to you. I'm so sorry for telling you you're stupid for believing in a God. I take it all back. And she was like, Katie, what are you talking about? You're atheist. I was like, no, I'm not. I don't know what I am anymore. I don't know. I don't think I'm Christian, but I know I'm not atheist. Like, something just happened. And so from that point on, I started researching holistic medicine, holistic health, and diet. And I became a vegan. I was a vegan for a whole 2 years. And then I switched to more plant-based, but it healed the symptoms that I was having. And meditation healed my mental illness, if you will. And it, within a month, y'all, within like a month and a half, I went from the darkest place of my life to the brightest, most brilliant place at that time that I had ever been in. And it was pure magic. Yeah, it was amazing. To that angel. I now know that through, so a little further along my journey, I found out that I have connections with some higher dimensional beings called the Pleiadians. And I learned later, because I thought for the longest time it was Archangel Michael, which it still could have been part of Archangel Michael's energy, but it was also a Pleiadian being, someone that's in my Pleiadian family, that came to me to wake me up. And this person has been communicating with me ever since I realized, 3 years later, that it was a Pleiadian being. And now I had a lot of dreams where I would go with this being. And this is how I realized who it was, because he came back for me. And this time I went with him on a ship. And I went to this place, this gorgeous, gorgeous place. And I talked around this table with all these other Pleiadian beings. And I realized, oh, this is a parallel timeline that I am currently living on. I'm living here, but we all have our parallel timelines that we're also a part of at this time. And so I connect with the Pleiadians as often as possible. And they are a very amazing group of beings in consciousness. If you are looking for angels to connect with, I highly suggest connecting with them. They're heart-centered, they're very compassionate and loving, and they're really good at showing you what you need to see.
And they live in community consciousness already. They live in a complete sharing of all energy, and where no one has to worry about what they need, because they're always given what they need when they need it by someone else. Right?
So true.
I love what you're bringing through, Katie. This is so cool to hear. I didn't know this story about you, and
Yeah.
I wanted to point out something for you in your story, that Archangel Michael is our protector. He's all of our protector of the realm. He's a protector of our crown chakra. So you were definitely working with him first, because when he waits until you're ready to receive, and he'll open up your crown for that information to come through in the Pleiadians when you were ready.
Oh. So maybe it was him. The very first angel that came through was Michael.
Yeah, came through to wake you up and to clear your crown chakra, to make sure that you were ready to receive this type of energy. Mm-hmm.
And the color was blue.
Yep.
And I feel in Archangel Michael's color is blue, his aura. So are a lot of the Pleiadians as well, though. So that's why, like, I just feel like their energies are so similar. But yeah, it had to have been Archangel Michael, because that makes sense, because it was whenever my crown was opened and I was finally like seeing the truth. Yeah.
You with the Pleiadians then still, and you work with them daily? Do you feel like it's more? Do you get at certain times of the moon cycle, or how does it feel for you?
Yeah, I try to work with them I mean, they're with me at all times. I actually got a reading done by this lady not too long ago, told her absolutely nothing about me. And she was like, oh, you have 2 teams of Pleiadians on your back at all times. I was like, oh, sweet. No wonder I have such a strong connection to them. So, I mean, I'm always working with them, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. They're with me every day, along with many of you, whether you are conscious or unconscious of it. They are here to aid in the ascension process. And they want to help as much as possible, and they can help more when we ask for their help, because they also work on the law of free will. So if you want to connect with your Pleiadian family, you're always more than welcome to do so. You just have to state that.
So how do you go about connecting with them yourself, or how would you help people to do that?
So if it was someone who has never connected with them before, I suggest first doing some research online. There's all sorts of stuff out there about the Pleiadians. Some of it I resonate with, some of it I don't feel is true. So I invite you to tune into your gut, tune into your heart when you are doing research, and feel what you feel is true, and the rest of it, just kind of let that information go. Some people have tried to manipulate certain information on the internet for various reasons. So feel into what you feel is true, and then get in a grounded position, get in a meditative position, and really feel into your heart space and call upon the Pleiadians. And when you invite them in, always say, I am inviting in any Pleiadian being who would like to connect with me that is of the highest vibrations of love and light. I do always recommend saying, anytime you go into meditation or invite any being into your space or entity into your space, always add on that is of the highest vibrations of love and light. Okay,
That's
just
it,
for
sister.
your
Yeah, that's
yeah.
it. That's it. And when you do that, you're receiving the highest. And if you're still unsure and if you're doubting yourself in that, you can ask Archangel Michael to come in and just protect you for your highest and best good as well. And so
Yeah,
protection, right?
You should actually always invite in Archangel Michael before your meditations or before speaking or connecting with any beings. Like, he's great. Like you said, he's here with all of us and protecting all of us. So yeah, work with him on a daily, like I used to every day. I haven't done it as much recently, but every day I used to put like this golden bubble around me of protection, and then a blue layer over that golden layer. And the blue layer in my mind was Michael and his protection. So yeah, definitely do that. If you are into the spiritual realm, you should always be protecting yourself.
Mm-hmm. And even if you're not consciously protecting yourself, you're still being protected by the angels. I mean,
true.
Always there with us, right? Like you said, all we have to do is ask. And wow, what a beautiful story. And the Pleiades are a beautiful cluster of stars too. And if you can follow them, if you follow Sirius and through Orion's belt, it pretty much lines up almost exactly with the Pleiades. And it creates this beautiful connection between the 3 star systems. And it's in the star system in the constellation of Taurus.
Yes, you're so right. And it is so beautiful.
It's so beautiful. It's this beautiful little cluster of stars, and it just twinkles. And there's not many that look like it in the galaxy, I feel like. Yeah.
The 7 sisters.
So cool, Katie. Tell us more about yourself. And you've been doing tarot readings. And what style of tarot readings do you like to do? What type of what cards do you use, and how does that help you connect with these beings of light?
So I use the cards as a divination tool. So I'm always calling in my angels or the Pleiadians or whatever entity I am working with at the time. And when I call them in, I am basically just using the cards as a way for them to express themselves. So the angels are giving me the messages. Whoever I'm working with at the time is giving me the messages through the cards. And I mostly work with tarot cards. This is my new deck. It's the Mystic Mondays Tarot. And I absolutely love it because it's really colorful and fun. And I would say that I'm more of like, I'm like 70-30 in my style, 70-30%, 70% more of an intuitive reader. So I look at the message, or depending on what we're talking about in the reading, I'll just get messages from the angels, or I look at colors and stuff rather than the actual definition. But then also like 30, because I do look at the definition sometimes whenever I'm like, well, I'm not getting much from looking at this. I'll read the definition. And also I have many of these definitions memorized. So that does go into the 70% of the intuition. So maybe that percent is a little off, but you get it.
No, it makes sense. And so when you get these messages, are you getting clairvoyance? Are you getting visions? Are you getting audio? Does it sound like someone's whispering for you, or does it come as intuition? Like, it's more intuition, as you're saying, but do you hear things? Do you feel things in your body? Or
I think it's more, sorry to cut you off. It's more clairsentience and clairaudience. Like I will hear things, or I will feel it and just know and just say it. And that is the main source. I'm working on clairvoyance because I think that is so cool. When people explain to me certain visions they have, I'm just like, whoa, I think that's amazing. I do have clairvoyance sometimes, but usually when I'm on medicines. So. Yeah. And I do Oracle. I'm actually writing an Oracle deck right now, I'm having so much fun with that. And the angels are helping me so much. And it's been a great time. And I do Oracle readings. I have my moon deck right here. I just don't do them as often just because I feel like the tarot gives you more of a story. And then Oracle is more of like if you just want to pull a card for the day or something like that, And my clients are mostly people who are going through a specific situation and need specific guidance.
Very cool.
Yeah, would you like to maybe do a group reading for us at some point tonight?
I would love to. Yes, I would absolutely love to.
Yeah, and I also want to just interject that if anybody on the call has a question for Katie or would like a tarot reading from her at the end of the call, just press the little raise hand button, and we'll call on you when the time is right. Or feel free to type a question into the chat too as well.
Talk to y'all.
We get special access to this wonderful soul here, Katie, and I saw you giving readings at the last Spectrum event, and why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience with that?
Yeah, so I had so much fun at the Spectrum event. I felt like every reading was so what do I want to say, like comfortable. Comfortable is not the word that I want, but everyone who I did a reading with, it seemed like they really received what they were looking for from the reading. And I received healing from it as well because of how strong the energy was and how much love was in all the readings. And I think because the energy was just so high at the Spectrum retreat, that it was easy to give these messages. Like my intuition was just so plugged in and on point, and it was just so easy to just speak what these people, what their angels wanted them to hear. And it was awesome. And then at the retreat, I also did light language activations at the end. If the person was open to receive, I would tell them, here's, I do light language. This is what I feel like this type of energy could help you on this journey. Are you open to receive? And if they are, I would then do the light language. And that was fun. So fun.
So fun. Well, you nail it on the head. I mean, when we're sitting in that vibration already in such a place of love, and we've all been opened up and cracked open and receiving, that energy is just such a beautiful place to live in, and to be able to purely flow and use yourself as a vessel. And you do it so effortlessly. You're one of those people that just attracts supernatural. You're supernatural in the way that you deliver your messages, and the way that you just are with people, and very open and and people feel that in you, and you just attract all the beautiful souls. I really meant what I said at the beginning. It's just like, it's palpable to watch you at an event or in a space with a lot of people. And so I just wanted to honor you for that, sister. It's really cool to watch and witness. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I feel like that has come from meditation and healing as much as possible, and trying to be as honest with myself, because how you treat yourself, and loving myself, because how you love and treat yourself is how you're going to treat others. And 100%. Yeah, meditation is the greatest tool.
Yeah.
Well, it shows. It definitely shows. Your practice is shining through for sure.
Yeah.
I love y'all so much. Thank you.
I wanted to step back just a little bit to what you were talking about at the beginning of your journey when you were really sick and stuck in this cycle, right, of adding things to your body that didn't really necessarily were supposed to be there, right? And what a common thing that this is in our society right now. And so I just wanted to bring it back to that because it's such an important conversation, I think, for people to listen to, especially right now, as we continue to put labels on things that are really just, when we start to look at it, it's just energy, it's just imbalance within our bodies, right? It's just imbalance. And like you said, it's this meditation that's going to help you heal your mind, and it's the food that you put in and the things that you put into your body that will help you heal your physical. And your emotional is getting healed as you collect your thoughts and intentionally, right? And you're letting your emotions flow through because your body is now fit. And then your spiritual pillar is receiving and open because you balance the rest. And so you've done it all on your own, and you're living, walking proof that we all have this self-healing ability, that we all have the ability to tap in and listen and to accept this source into our bodies and let it do the healing that it's supposed to do, to allow us to be back to ourselves again. And yeah, you're just such an agent of that change. And the Pleiadians are working with you for a reason. That's the message I'm getting, because yeah, they see and witness in you the strength to show others through your own actions.
A broken healer. I've heard that a couple of times, or not a wounded healer, I think is actually the term. And yeah, I think like the main point that I'm just feeling right now is that we have these incredible immune systems. We have been gifted these amazing bodies and immune systems that truly are here to build up and fight off any invaders, right? And I just also want to make a note that these symptoms that our body is feeling that we label as a certain type of sickness, and I in no way am saying there aren't viruses out there, but what I am saying is that a lot of these symptoms are similar to a lot of the symptoms that our bodies are having can also be termed ascension symptoms. And like you said, it's the energy moving through our body. So when we are raising our vibration, we have to shake off our old vibration. When we're coming into this new being, we got to shake off the old vibration. So how do we do that? Our body heats up, we get a fever, we get a runny nose, we get allergies because our body's detoxing, right? It also, and of course, all of us detox in, that we have different ascension symptoms and we detox in different ways. So some of you could get the runs, a stomach ache, throw up out of nowhere, but not really feel bad. Like there's all these different ascension symptoms, headaches, because this vibration is so much more powerful than what you're used to, you know? Yeah. And it so happens that many of these ascension symptoms are extremely similar to the symptoms of COVID. And they have already found out that many of the COVID tests have been false positives.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, and it's all happening at the same time that the Earth's ascension process has accelerated exponentially. So we are all feeling ascension symptoms, whether we are aware of it or not. And so I just wanted to make that note real quick.
A beautiful note. And I heard this from a quantum healer that I learned a lot from and respect. And she said that, you know, even COVID is a living thing, and it's a living organism, right? Whether, you know, and it's coming from the earth. It's a reflection of the earth being out of balance, right? So something had to come to bring balance to the population growth, to the earth being run with pollution. And so this was the earth's response to the mirror of the way that we've been treating our mother, right? In some sort of way. So when this comes up and when we get these sicknesses or any type of sickness, rather than labeling it as something I'm sick, she recommends that we become in communion with it and communicate to it, and to ask why it's here, ask it why it's in our body and what it's doing there. And you'd be surprised to know that it will talk right back to you and tell you why. And so it's another tool that we can add to our tool belt as healers, is to just be in communion with whatever is being sick, whatever is driving you to be out of balance. And I just wanted to bring that up. It just reminded me of that, what we were talking about. So.
Oh, I love that advice.
Yeah.
To it. That is so cool. I've never thought to
it's all one. It's a living thing, right?
Yeah.
It's a living organism that has a purpose, just like everything else in the world. And maybe it's just to notify us that there's pieces of our spiritual body or our etheric body that are needing to be taken away or eaten away. And that looks like a really, really a tough sickness over a week or two, sometimes for people, right? And other people who are really imbalanced or have healthy, fit bodies and mental, physical, spiritual, emotional pillars, like not as affected by it, right? Which is why I think this is my opinion, and this is in no way, I don't shape to try to put my opinion on anybody for what they're experiencing, but I think that it's really, I forgot what it was, so I'll just keep it to myself then, I guess.
I think you're all right in the sense that our bodies talk to us, and if we don't listen, we get sick. If we eat junk food, and we're not going to get sick right away, and it catches up with us later, then that's our wake up. Oh, I'm sick because I'm not taking care of myself. I'm not eating right. I'm not in my daily practice. I'm not exercising. And sooner or later, you're going to get woken up by it, or you're not going to be woken up, right? So it's kind of like, you know, what the Pleiadians are telling you, Katie, wake up. They weren't telling you to wake up from your sleep. They're telling you to wake up to what you're doing with yourself, right? So what are we doing with ourselves? What are we eating? What are we thinking about? Who are we hanging out with? What kind of information are we taking in? What are we watching on TV and social media and all that? Are we balanced? So if we're in balance, that's all it is. All sickness is an imbalance. So everyone's balance is different. My balance is different from your balance. So when we're doing these healing workshops and we're doing all these different modalities, everyone has to take it to the level that they are. We can't push somebody to a point that we are at, because that may be at a different space than what their body or their mental or their spiritual can take, right? So it's really just a guidance and a platter of modalities that can help and assist so that they can take it and do it themselves, correct?
Wherever you are on the spectrum.
So true.
Right?
Yes, on the spectrum. I love that.
Spectrum, and everybody's on a different color of the rainbow. Everybody's at a different journey or a different path, and so there's no judgment in that. And we're all, if we are all one, and everything is all one, which we know as healers and in the quantum realm, the only thing that really exists is just you. And so if you take care of yourself and you heal yourself and learn how to do that self-healing for you, you're in turn healing the collective at the same time. And that is the greatest service that you can give to the world, is to make yourself whole, because each one of us are made in the image and the fullness of source. Right? We're all just remembering our way back to it. It's so beautiful, Katie. Thank you for bringing all that forth and inspiring that conversation.
Tell us more, Katie. Tell us more on how do you do this, and what do you do in your daily practice, and what do you offer people on how to get balance or have their physical and etherical body come to receive health and balance and all of it?
So I call what I do actually spiritual therapy, because during the readings, I'm basically a therapist, and I help you talk through your situations from an unbiased standpoint. I give you advice that I would tell myself if I were in that situation. Of course, I invite you first and foremost to listen to your gut, tune into your gut, listen to your heart, and follow your heart and your gut. But I will give you the advice that I feel is appropriate, or what I would do in that situation. I'm very much so like a therapist. And then when we're done, if you are open to receiving light language, that's mostly how I do my Reiki. I'll do Reiki sometimes when I'm with people and they just tell me like, oh, this is hurting, or this is doing, or blah, blah, blah. But most of my Reiki is done through light language. That has become my main modality. I think it's very unique. I think it's very powerful. It has been very powerful for me. And so that's mostly what I do. And I learned about light language through the Pleiadians. I was sitting in meditation, and I received some light language, and I was like, whoa, what was that? That was weird. And they said it was light language. I go on YouTube, and they said, look it up. They always tell me, look it up, because whenever I have questions,
they want us to discover it for ourselves. We have to discover it for ourselves. We have to experience it and want to experience it.
Exactly.
You can't just give us the answers. That would be affecting our free will, right?
Exactly. Yes. And they're always like telling me, go Google this. They'll tell me how to Google it. And then once the information comes my way, I found the information myself. So it's easier for me to believe and resonate with, And it's so true. Like, I found videos of other people doing light language, and it put me in a trance. And it activated me in this way. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. So I started listening to light language all of the time. And then it was 2.5 years ago, I think, that my sister-in-law and I decided to go on a road trip from Texas up to Canada. And we stopped in Colorado because her sister lived in Colorado. They were a part of a very like new agey type of church. At this point in my life, I was no longer atheist, but I definitely wasn't. I didn't go to church or anything like that. Just very like spiritual. But they invited me to go to church with them. So I was like, cool, whatever. They said it was really new agey and I would like it. So I was down, And I go there, and everyone's singing, and I'm up in the front row with her sister and the family. And the lady on stage who's singing goes off of the stage. She's still singing. And then she walks up to me, stops in the middle of her song. The band's still going, band's playing and everything. She stops singing. She puts her hands on my head, and she says, do you mind if I activate you? And I was like, sure. Like, I was just like, I don't know what's about to happen, but do it, And she starts speaking in light language. And all of a sudden my mouth just opened, and I started just speaking it as well.
It in tongues, right? It's the same idea.
Yeah.
So
that's what they called it in the church, was speaking in tongues. They didn't know what because I mentioned light language, and they're like, we're speaking in tongues. And I was like, oh. Then I made the connection. I didn't even realize that was like a connection before. So that church speaks in tongues, whereas I guess there's a lot of churches out there do that. I had no idea. But the idea is that it's one of the most pure forms of prayer, because it's straight from the soul. It's just vibration. That's all it is, instead of words that a human mind has came up with. Because sometimes the human mind thinks it knows what to say or what it even wants. But truly, the soul knows how to ask for what it desires. And that's the whole point of light language. Mm-hmm. It's just a vibration. It's just the soul asking for what it desires.
It's coming from the heart, and it's coming from the emotional expression, and you're removing all barriers. And it's really interesting to see. I've been in a couple of light language classes, and it's interesting to see when you're in a group of setting how people express it so differently.
Oh yeah. Some
people have these very high pitched, like tones, and some people are like going, whoa, and it's like, it's so funny because there's like, everyone's just going
Some
on.
people are
I
like,
just like took a moment in that class and I was just like listening. I'm like, this is rad. All these people are completely on their own light language, and it's that's why it's the truest expression of your own being, right? For what needs to come through you, because we all have our own purpose. We all have a little piece of the puzzle. And it's about remembering that we're all together in this, you know.
I thank you so much for saying that and bringing that up, because that is like what is so important about light language, is that it's something everyone on this planet can do. We are all gifted with light language, and in my opinion, it is one of the most important prayers that we can all do, because it brings each and every one of our unique vibrations, our true self, not who we've become or who we've turned into, but our true soul, who we came here on this planet as, our most genuine, purest form. It brings that to the planet, and then it elevates this planet, because it's bringing in light, the purest form of light, and it's changing it to be unique, to ascend into this planet that we all came here to create. So yeah, light language is a great thing for everyone to practice.
So beautifully said, sister. And for everybody on the call and anyone listening to the replay, Katie has one-on-one sessions available through spectrumhealers.com on her page, and you can find her there. You can find her at the retreat in October 15th to the 17th in Julian, California. She's going to be leading a meditation and be doing tarot readings again and a light language activation. So please get in touch with Katie if you're interested in exploring your light language and your energetic needs for right now.
Yes.
I just wanted to bring that up, and we're super excited to be working with you. Katie is also helping us with gathered performers and workshop speakers, and is one of our committee leads in the events. And we're just so honored to work with you and to share and hold space with you. So you are awesome. You're beautiful and you're magnificent. And I would love it if you would lead us through a meditation, if you feel so inclined to do so.
Yes, I would absolutely love to. This is just a little sneak peek of the meditation, of the guided meditation that I will be doing at the Spectrum Healers Retreat. Now we're going to focus on just the chakras in the body and cleanse those out on this equinox day. It is a portal, y'all. We're in a portal. We are balancing out our energies. This meditation will help us to do that. It will cleanse the chakras and transmute some energy. And then it will prepare you for when you come to the Spectrum event, and then you get the full cleansing and the full transmutation of all the chakras, okay?
Yes. And I just want to quick mention too, if anybody has a question or would like to get a reading after the meditation, please just raise your hand. And Katie, please take us away and everybody join in. Yeah.
All right. If you would all like to get in a comfortable position, preferably with a straight spine, you can sit with your spine straight up, or you can lay down with a straight spine. That is the best way to do this. But however you're comfortable is how you can sit. We're going to close our eyes. And on this first breath in, we're going to do a cleansing breath in and a cleansing breath out together. So let's breathe in and exhale. On this next cleansing breath, we are going to make a noise on the exhale. So inhale and exhale. On this next breath, we are going to inhale, and on the exhale, we are going to push red energy from the base of our spine into the earth. If you want to imagine this as red roots growing down into the earth, we're going to go all the way to the center or the core of the earth. I like to imagine my roots wrapping around a crystalline center. Some people like to imagine their roots going into a molten core. However you feel comfortable doing it, you are allowed to do it. There is no right or wrong, it's all play. So we're gonna inhale together and exhale your roots down, 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 all the way to the center of the earth, where you will ground them. Take a couple breaths here. On your next breath in, you're going to draw this red, earthy energy. It can be burgundy, brown, red, just earthy energy back up your roots and into your root chakra, which is at the base of your spine. So inhale this energy up through your roots and into the base of your spine, into your root chakra. This red energy is going to start spinning clockwise inside of your chakra. It's going to start spinning faster and faster. And as it spins faster, it is releasing and cleansing any stagnant energy that may be in the root chakra. And it is transmuting it into higher vibrations of love and light. The affirmation that we're going to say for the root chakra is, I am centered and grounded. I have everything I need. You may say this out loud or in your head. We're going to say it again. I am centered and grounded. I have everything I need. Now the energy, the red energy is super bright. And we're going to move this energy up the spine and into your sacral region and your sacral chakra. This is going to be a couple inches below the belly button. And this energy is going to turn into an orange color. This orange color is going to spin clockwise in your sacral chakra. It is cleansing the energy and releasing any energy that may be stagnant. It gets brighter, a brighter orange, as it transmutes this energy into higher vibrations of love and light. The affirmation for the sacral chakra is, I am creative and joyful. I embrace my sexuality and honor my desires. Again, I am creative and joyful. I embrace my sexuality and honor my desires. This orange hue is now the brightest color of orange that you can imagine. And it starts to move up the spine again and into the solar plexus region, which is right in the middle of your, like it's right under your rib cage in that little hole. I don't know what the word is, but imagine this energy spinning a yellow color clockwise in your solar plexus region. As it starts to spin faster, the yellow color gets brighter, and it is releasing and cleansing any stagnant energy that may be in the solar plexus chakra. It is transmuting this energy into higher vibrations of love and light. The affirmation for the solar plexus chakra is, I feel my own power and I honor myself. I am confident and my potential is unlimited. Again, I feel my own power and I honor myself. I am confident and my potential is unlimited. This energy is now the brightest color of yellow that you've ever seen or imagined. And it now moves up to the heart chakra. The heart chakra is in the center of your chest, in the center of your heart region. It starts to spin a green color clockwise in your heart chakra, releasing any stagnant energy and transmuting it into higher vibrations of love and light. The affirmation for the heart chakra is, I love myself and others. I am worthy of love and I forgive. Again, it is I love myself and others. I am worthy of love and I forgive. This energy is now the brightest green that you can imagine, and you are feeling so much love. The energy then moves up the spine and into your throat. It now spins a blue color in your throat chakra. This blue color can be turquoise, it can be sky blue or royal blue. Whatever you are feeling at this time is what is right. It is clearing and releasing any stagnant energy and transmuting it into higher vibrations of love and light. The affirmation for your throat chakra is I have integrity and speak my truth with love. Again, it is I have integrity and speak my truth with love. This color, this blue, is now shining so bright in your throat region. It moves up into your third eye chakra, which is in between the eyebrows. It is spinning an indigo color in your third eye chakra, releasing any stagnant energy and transmuting it into the highest vibrations of love and light. You can affirm, I see my dreams clearly and follow my intuition. I am intuitive. Again, I see my dreams clearly and follow my intuition. I am intuitive. This indigo color is shining so bright from your third eye chakra. Your third eye is so open and so alive. This energy then moves up into the top of your, or into your crown chakra, which is at the top of your skull, where you would place a crown. And it spins the most pure white light in this chakra. It is a bright white light, and it gets brighter the faster that it spins. It is releasing any stagnant energy and transmuting it into the highest vibrations of love and light. You can affirm, I am a divine being. I am a divine spiritual being. I am one with all that is. I am enlightened and at peace. All is well. I am a divine spiritual being. I am one with all that is. I am enlightened and at peace, and all is well. This energy that is starting at the base of, or at the center of the earth and moving up through the base of your spine, through your root, your sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and now your crown is shooting out of your crown. This energy is moving up and shooting out of your crown all the way through the heavens to the grand central sun. This energy is connecting you to the grand central sun, connecting you to the highest realms of love and light and creator and source. And you are now in balance. You are connected to source and you are connected to earth. And this energy is balancing you on this equinox day of equal day and equal night. As we move into the Libra season of balance, everything is so beautifully aligned to put us in a harmonious state. Feel this balance, feel this harmony, and thank yourself now in this moment for showing up today. Thank yourself for showing up every day. And thank yourself for this cleansing. And then thank the earth, because she started it all. And that is it.
Thank you.
Thank you, sister. I definitely felt my crown wide open. It's still wide open, of course.
I love that.
That's beautiful. Luna says, powerful, powerful meditation and Mindshare.
Oh.
So in awe and inspired by you. Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you, sister. I love you so much. And you inspire me as well. Every time I see you and see your light, I'm always inspired. And Our lights do very well together. I just always think back to the time when you were dancing with your light whip, and I was just sitting there like, whoa, she is reactivating my ayahuasca. And it was the coolest experience. So thank you, sister. I really appreciate that.
I love you too. Can't wait to rock the earth with you at the next retreat, she says.
Yes,
Yes, we are gonna, my Pleiadian sister.
yes.
Yes,
Yes.
we are all
Family.
so connected in this. Wow, that's beautiful, Katie. Can't wait to experience that in the group, in the bigger group at the retreat, and to feel and experience the rest of these chakras with you. Do you want to read a oracle card for us, or a tarot reading for the group tonight? And
I
anyone
would
else?
love to.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love to. How about we pull? Let's just see how many come out of the tarot, and then I'll also pull from the oracle. I usually in my lives, I'll do like message 1, 2, and 3, but this time let's just do like a reading for the collective, for everyone. So this message will be for all of us that are here on this call, or that tune in later.
Yeah, even the replay is still, you're here for a reason if you're watching this.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, spirit works in the most wondrous ways and knows who needs to hear what and when to lead them to the video. It's also a timeless message. So whenever you do see this, it's when you're meant to hear the message. So Spirit, Pleiadians, can you bring us some messages about this equinox that we are experiencing today? What is this equinox bringing to us? How is it affecting our energy? And this is for the collective of people on the Mindshare call and who will tune in after. How is this equinox affecting us, Spirit? A lot are jumping, but none have came out yet. I usually wait. So some people will pull a card. I usually wait until cards come out on their own. And I'm going to pull the first card that flipped over. Because this one was like turned sideways and the rest were straight. But it's the Hierophant. So this is so perfect, so beautiful, because the Hierophant is all about higher knowledge, learning, seeking knowledge from an outside source, or in this instance, I almost feel like this is the Pleiadians asking y'all, hey, now you know we're here. Now you know we're ready to work with you. We want to work with you. We're eager. So reach out to us. Seek our knowledge. Seek our wisdom, because we're ready to give it to you. And it's so important at this time to speed up the ascension process and to speed up on an individual note. So each of your ascension process, each of your evolutionary movements, I guess I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that the way I want to, but it's okay. And for the earth as well, because like Jesse said earlier, when we heal ourselves, we heal the earth. As we evolve, the faster we evolve, the faster the earth is evolving with us. So I really feel like, and you see that eyeball, like this is talking about consciousness, right? So it's saying seek out higher consciousness, connect with these higher consciousnesses. And if you're like, I don't know how I feel about connecting with like Pleiadian beings or whatever, that's cool. Connect with Yeshua, connect with Jesus, connect with Mother Mary, whoever you do feel comfortable connecting with. All of the Ascended Masters would love to work with you at this time.
Beautiful.
Other messages. There's a jump. Whoa, definitely.
Whoa.
Okay, all three of those wanted to come out. They were not letting me not allow them out. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is like this lady is standing here and she has these ribbons that are tied around her, not tied, actually, excuse me, that's like the main point of this card. The ribbon is wrapped around her eyes, but not tied around her hands. And then there's swords around her, right? So she's in this like sticky situation, seemingly. She thinks that there's this danger around her that she can't see. She doesn't know what to do. But the truth is, the ribbon isn't even tied, right? All she has to do is take the ribbon off her face, off her eyes, and then she will see the light. She will see the truth, and she will know how to get out of this situation safely. So I'm feeling as though this card is saying, ask, like I'm thinking about the Hierophant right now. I put it back in the deck, but I'm thinking about the Hierophant. Go to these higher dimensional beings, go to these higher consciousnesses that are so eager to help you, and ask, what have I been blind to? What has been eluding me? What has been an obstacle on my path? Like, help me to see the truth. Help me to see the light. Help me to take this blindfold off, whatever it is. Help me to remove these obstacles. This is a really good mudra for removing obstacles, because now's the time. This equinox and the full moon. So the full moon passed 2 days ago, and that full moon was the harvest moon, and it was helping us to truly let go of any obstacles that are in our path and to help us to see clearly. And that's what the equinox is doing as well. It's balancing our energy so that we can see the light and the truth and what we need to do to move forward with least resistance. And then we have the Ace of Cups. So once you do this, once you take that blindfold off, you're going to be like, whoa, wow, life is good. Now I have this whole new emotional journey. Cups are always about emotions, and the Ace of Cups is a new beginning. It's one, so it's a beginning. So all of a sudden you're feeling so much more. You're feeling thankful. You're feeling excited about your life, and you're like, let's go. I feel good, and I'm ready to take on whatever comes my way. And then with the Ace of Cups, you have the Three of Cups, which is connections, divine connections. This is soul family. So this good vibration is going to put you in the perfect position to bring in some soul family, some people that are truly going to resonate with your vibration and help you along on this path. It will be a mutual relationship, and it's going to be so, so fulfilling. So this is beautiful. I absolutely love that these cards came out together.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, that was a great reading, and so I resonate with that so deeply, as I'm sure everybody else on the call is. Wow, that was the Hierophant opening up that door. Just remove your blindfold, and then you're going to experience the endless support of the emotional waters. And when you do that, you're going to align yourself with the people you're supposed to be around.
Exactly.
Wow, sister. That was cool.
So cool. And to add to that reading, I just picked up the Oracle, and before I even started shuffling, on the bottom of the deck is "You are good enough." And it's a full moon. These are moon cards. They're not all full, but this one's full, and it says "You are good enough." So that's a very strong message coming through. And let's see if anything else comes through. I'm just going to pull one from this deck. It's a smaller deck, so I feel like that one must, well, I guess we already got one. This is so cool. Luck is on your side. Luck is on your side. So just know that you are safe and you are protected, and like whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, or that you are manifesting, luck is on your side, and it is going to manifest, and you can let go of all the worries and fears. Let it all go, transmute it, and know that you got this. You are exactly where you need to be.
Yes.
Yep, right here. Right now.
Yes.
Yes. Katie, that is so wonderful. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Thank you for sharing your love with us. And thank you for being a divine channel for Source. We all feel you and we all honor you. And it's been an absolute pleasure to get to know you better. And we can't wait for the next retreat to experience more of this love and healing. So Spectrum Healers, from me and Jason and everybody else, we give our love to you.
Oh,
And we say,
I
for
love
every
that
heart,
so much. Thank you.
every mind. All the love, sister. Thank you,
Thank you so
everyone.
much. I love you all so much. And everyone who came to the last retreat, if you're on here, thank you for being a part of the magic. We needed each and every one of you there to have the high vibes that we had. And to all of you that are planning to go to the next retreat, thank you. You will not regret it. It is going to be such a magical weekend, and we need you there. We need your high vibes. So thank you.
Yes, thank you for that. Info's on spectrumhealers.com. We'll be posting the replay of this video. If you want to get any more of that love and light language coming through, we'll be posting that tomorrow. So thank you, sister. Thank you so much, Katie. We love you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you everyone for your attention and love on the call, and have a great night.
Thanks. You too.